Hey, this is Dr. Bagley. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, so this video we're going to talk about lords. Lords that became with God, or I should say lords that became God. When we talk about lords, yes, Lord is a reverence name unto a being, the Lord God. Okay, so it's a God that is a Lord God. However, before you start thinking all lords or the word Lord is a God, what I want you to do is not look at the name that has been given, Lord God, but I want you to look at its character. Like, for an example, when Adam and Eve in early Genesis, they had Cain and Abel, there was a Lord. It just simply said Lord. But when Adam was created and woman was made, it said Lord God. Okay? Lord God, what did it do? It not just created, but it also breathed into his nostrils, man, and then it taught man. Okay. But then you have Abram and Sarah. The Lord said, leave this town. Okay. Then the Lord became Abraham's Lord God. Then in time, the Lord God became the God of Israel. This Lord that became God of Israel is a totally different Lord after Jacob. So Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Okay. After Jacob, the group of people decided through the priest and the prophet to go and find a different Lord for war. So this Lord with King Saul, King Saul's Lord was kill everybody, kill the women, the children, the men, the beast, everything must die as the sacrifice for me to give you this. Okay? It's a contract, ultimately, and we'll talk more about that later. So Abraham's Lord never went to war. King Saul's Lord went to war. King David's Lord, same prophets, same priests, the same worship, war. Then after David, King Solomon came about. King Solomon's Lord talked to King Solomon directly, didn't need a priest or a prophet. King Solomon's Lord directly about peace. All of the enemies around King Saul was at peace with King Saul. Okay? So when we talk about lords, you have to look at what it does. Now, you might say, well, how come Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Lord is not the Lord of Moses? Well, it's simple. Because the Lord of Moses' Lord, one, it was out of a burning bush, and we reference burning things, fire, okay, in a certain location. But the point is that Lord of Moses killed the firstborn of innocent children. What Lord kills the firstborn of innocent children? Okay. It's not the Lord of King Saul and King David who says kill everything. But Moses' Lord says kill the firstborn children. Then through Moses, through those guys, they killed innocent people for milk and honey. So, so I'm saying this using the Torah or the Old Testament just as an example of how complicated but very simple to determine what Lord you're worshiping. Then we come up with Yeshua as being a Lord, but is he a Lord God? when you read Revelation, where we just talked about the thrones in the heavens, the different heavens, John heaven going up to this throne in heaven, the heaven God descend out is the 12 gates heaven. So we're talking about the different heavens. Now, those lords within those heavens, it is complicated. It is complicated. But if you just simply look at the Lord, so when you read a Lord, look at its character. Look at what it does. Are you following Abraham's Lord? If so, Abraham's Lord is about a caring heaven. Yeshua says Abraham was in heaven, and the rich man, poor man story, the poor man was in the bosom of Abraham. So therefore, Abraham's heaven is a peaceful, loving heaven because his Lord was a peaceful, loving Lord. King David, King Saul, warrior stuff. Their heaven is all about being at war. King Solomon's Lord is all about wisdom. Okay? That's because that's what he wanted. It's about knowledge, understanding, peace, growth. Okay. Moses' Lord, it's all about saving the people from slavery into, but by the way, we're going to kill the firstborn because we need to prove a point, and we're going to kill these innocent people because they got milk and honey. What difference is that through our history in America when the Caucasians and the Europeans came to this land? No different. So you have to understand what Lord are you worshiping by understanding the definition of that Lord. And once you understand the definition of that Lord, then if that's the Lord you want to work with, there are ways that I'm going to show you later how to work with him. All right, guys, this is Dr. Bagley. Thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions or comments down below, please let me know. And if not, I will talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.